Sadly, this is the last episode of the school year. As always, we will be covering a wide range of school news and events. First off, we have Nora covering school news, followed by Archie reporting on Lanna public speaking program. Thereafter, we move to Hebe with sports and house news. Then we have PK heading up on our interview segment called Lanna Views. We'll finish the show with a special segment acknowledging departing teachers. We hope you enjoy!
Hi, my name is Nora, and in this news report I will be talking about STEM Week, the Year 7 overnight trip to Tachong, the Year 8 mini golf trip, and the Year 9 arcade trip. Let's first start with STEM Week, which was hosted by students in Year 7, 8, and 9. Every day beneath the dome, there were diverse and fascinating activities, all of which were STEM and science related and were fully student-led. Students who participated in at least 3 activities by the end of the week were placed into a lucky draw for a Starbucks gift card. The winners were Clancy, Kitty, and Sun. In April, the Year 7s were lucky enough to go to Megkok Outdoor Education Center in Tachong for 3 days. In Tachong, they were able to take part in engaging challenges such as rock climbing and archery, as well as undertaking a river quality experiment. These were all hosted by wonderful instructors in Tachong. They probably enjoyed their 3 days off school. I wish I had 3 days break too. Anyways, let's see what the Year 8s did for their STEM field trip. Year 8s were fortunate enough to be able to go to a mini golf course in Songcampang to observe how a mini golf course is to be built. They had this field trip to prepare them for their final project, which will be another exciting thing to talk about another time. Okay, let's talk about the Year 9s. They were able to go and enjoy a day at the arcade for their final STEM project as well. Just like the Year 8s, they had an opportunity to observe and join on the way an eye-catching arcade should work and function. Who had the better field trip? I'll let you decide. Now let's move on public speaking news with Archie.
Welcome to Lanna News. I am Archie Taylor presenting the most recent news on public speaking events at Lanna. This term we had the Battle of the Brains debate tournament where young debaters at Lanna went head to head to see who came out on top. With top divisions and a range of topics and heated debate, Battle of the Brains was absolutely amazing this year. Congratulations to both Lipso and our amazing tournament directors who managed the entire event. The inaugural event provides an opportunity for students to compete at both national and international events in the future, much like any and Battle of the Brains has become. Overall, though we're bringing this year to an end, it's been a truly successful year, and let's hope to have another year of amazing public speaking events. Thanks for listening. This has been Public Speaking News with Archie Taylor.
Hello guys, welcome back to another surprise interview. Today we're going to be interviewing Mr. Sean again. The last time we did this, it was Miss Tule and Mr. Sean, and it was about Valentine's Day. Now it is about our school's new phone policies. Let's go meet him. Hello, Mr. Sean.
Hello.
What are your thoughts about the school's new phone policies?
I think time will tell. The student council raised it, that they wanted it, and teachers have wanted it for a while. I think it could potentially be a really good thing for the school. But we've all got to work on it together, and hopefully it'll be a success. If not, we'll have to reinvestigate it and speak to student council again and speak to the teachers again and see how we can make it even better.
How do you think the students will react to this new change?
I think it's going to be mixed. I think a lot of people will think that it's not a major expectation, as a lot of other international schools are doing it. I think some people will find it difficult, and some people will find it unnecessary, people that are already responsible with their devices and responsible with their phones. But unfortunately, that's not the same rule for everyone, and it has to be.
How will these rules be enforced?
Well, we're hoping, above all else, that it's not just down to the teachers. We're hoping the students will enforce this rule as well to avoid it having to become any more strict. And we're hoping for it to be positively enforced rather than being punishments that are handed out. It's for everyone's benefit that we're trying to make this happen, so hopefully everyone can take it in the correct fashion. But the main thing we're going to try and do is be consistent with everyone, no matter who they are.
Oh well, thank you guys for watching.
Hi, my name is Hebe. Now it's time for sports news and house events. First up, sports. On Tuesday, 17th of May, both our U14 girls and boys volleyball teams were crowned CMAC champions. This is an incredible achievement coming just weeks after the success of our JV teams. The future of Lanna volleyball is bright. On Friday, 27th of May, there was a student versus teacher volleyball game, which was held at the primary gym, where the staff and teachers took on the 2022 volleyball CMAC champions. It was a close game that the students won. Next up, house events. It was an action-packed final few weeks of the year, with the Year 7 to 9 house quiz won by House Apollo, the cookie jar competition won by Bella of House Artemis, and the very first Lanna Esport House competition earned more points for both Apollo and Artemis. Which brings us finally to the house point totals. This year's house winners were announced on Tuesday, the 7th of June. In first place, we have Apollo with 11,350 points. In second place, Athena with 10,115 points. In third place, Artemis with 9,900 points. And last, we have Aphrodite with 9,850 points. Congratulations to Apollo who are our winning house and will enjoy a trip to Grand Canyon Water Park. Thank you, and that's all for me for now. Let's move on to PK with another edition of Lanna News.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Lanna Interviews. Today I'll be interviewing alone since my partner has disappeared. Today we're here with Miss Laura and Miss Sadie, teachers who are both leaving sadly, and I will be asking them some questions about their years here at Lanna. So how long have you been teaching at Lanna?
I've been here for 6 years, so since 2016, yeah, quite a while.
Yeah, I come 2 years later, so this is my 4th year at Lanna.
What did you enjoy most about your time here at Lanna?
My favourite thing about Lanna, hands down, is the students. I think the students here are amazing. They're the best students I ever taught. So yeah, I will definitely miss that the most.
Yeah, I agree with Ms. Laura. Like, the students here are awesome. I love coming into work every day. The colleagues are great. It's a fun place to be. Yeah, it's really, really awesome.
How has Lanna changed during the time that you've been here?
Obviously there's been, some big physical changes and the site moving and things like that. I think for me, one of the things I've wanted to do is build the sports program and grow that. So I've been really pleased to see that we've been putting out more sports teams and fielding, more athletes in more events. That's something I'm really proud of that's happened.
Yeah, I think the school's grown quite a lot since I've come here. But I started in a different role, so I was working in a support role, and now I'm working in university counselling. So actually, for me, what's changed is the students I work with, the number of students I work with. I think it's cool. It's very much the same, but I'm just getting to work with different people this time.
Why have you decided to leave Lanna?
A combination of reasons. I think for us, we wanted to go home and see our families. Obviously with COVID and the pandemic, it's been a long time to be away from home. Also, we're starting to kind of branch out in our careers. We're not going to a different school. I'm going to be working at a university. Sadie's also doing something different, so we felt ready for a change.
Yeah, I think with the pandemic, it's been 3 years since a lot of teachers have gone home. So it felt time to go home and do some family duties. So it just happens to fall this year.
Thank you so much for coming today. And that, guys, is it. Thank you. See you guys later. Today we're back with Mr. Bevan, and we're going to be asking him some questions on why he's leaving Lanna. How long have you been teaching at Lanna?
Well, this is my lucky 13th year. I think it's quite a sort of perfect sort of number.
What did you enjoy most about Lanna?
I think all through the period, it has been the community. It's been a sense of going from me seeing it, going from when I first started to 268 children I taught from year 2 right up to year 13. There's 3 of the ones graduating this year in year 13 that I taught at year 2. And I've seen how they've come through and just blossomed within the Lanna structure.
How has Lanna changed from the time you got here to now?
I think the first 10 years it was pretty well the same. We were all on one campus, so our relationships were pretty blended. It was a blended relationship between 2 different campuses. Last 3 years it's been more challenging.
Why have you decided to leave Lanna, if you don't mind us asking?
I think the world's opened up. In reality, I probably would have gone maybe 1 or 2 years, but the world was closed. And one of my passions has always been travelling. And now the world is now opening up. I just want to try something different. To say I won't teach again is probably not a reality because I love teaching, but I might find somewhere else somewhere in the world when I go travelling.
Where have you taught before Lanna?
I taught in New Zealand, that's where I was originally trained. I taught there for 7 years. And then I went to England, UK, and then I taught in 4 different schools. just short of 3 years in England. But these were all later in my life. I didn't start teaching until I was 40.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you.
Alright.
And thank you for teaching me since we're free.
Well, you're welcome, PK. It's been an honour. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Sadie.
Thank you, Miss Haiba.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Thank you, Miss Sadie.
Thank you, Miss Iva.
Thank you, Miss Sadie.
Thanks, Miss Sadie.
Thank you, Miss Iva.
Thank you, Mr. Bevan.
Thank you, Miss Sadie.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Mr. Wall.
Thank you, Mr. Bevan.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
I'd just like to thank Mr. Sean for being an amazing English teacher and really motivating his students to really be their best. Thank you.
Miss Laura, I want to say thank you so much for teaching me and coaching me throughout the years. I've learned so much lifelong skills, and I'm extremely grateful to have the opportunity to be your student and also be coached by you in football as well. We will miss you a lot, and I wish you the best for the future.
Hello, Miss Laura. Thank you for being the most supportive teacher, and I'm gonna miss you. Thank you, Miss Sadie, for coaching us for football and also being the best college counselor. And sorry that I keep on changing my mind on going to medical school.
I first met Mr. Sean in year 8, and what a day that was. The classes were full of fun. Class craft was there for a while. I learned a lot of English. He really pointed out to me my tense mistake. Yeah, flaws, yeah, exactly. And because of that, I was able to get better at English, and that's why I am in first language and literature now. So thank you, Mr. Sean. I hope you have a great time wherever you go, and we will always be grateful for you.
Thank you, Miss Sadie, for helping me with my university choices. You really helped me plan out what I want to do for next year. Thank you for making me feel safe in your classroom when I was crying after getting rejected from my OGS. Thank you for just supporting me emotionally, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you, Miss Sadie, for helping us with our university choices.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate it. Hello, Mr. Bevan, and hello to everyone out there. I hear that Mr. Bevan is leaving. Oh my gosh. Mr. Bevan has taught me since I was a little baby. You would not believe. My whole life, he's been my teacher. He taught me ICT as a little kid, and he watched me grow up to being this weird teenager right now. And even though I'm not his student anymore, I will always miss him, and I will always thank him for teaching me for all those years. Thank you, Mr. Bevan.
Hi, Mr. Ryan. It is your favorite students. Kiara and Asia and Hannah. Thank you so much for teaching me math, even though I failed in my math test. Thank you. You're the best teacher I've ever had.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thank you, Miss Sadie, for being one of the best counselors and coaching us through football and helping me with my university choices. I know it's been a hassle, especially with all my options. So thank you for that, and thank you for being a good support also.
Thank you, Miss Sadie, for all you have done, and thank you for being our football coach alongside Miss Laura. We'll miss you. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Iva. I like the way you teach us, and I understand everything you say.
Bye, Mr. Ryan. I'm gonna miss you so much. Thank you for teaching our year 8 class. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan, for all you've taught us, and I hope you do well in Singapore.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan, for being my teacher. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being so understanding about me, because sometimes I might be a bit of a slow learner compared to other people, but you really took the time to understand and teach me. So thank you really much for being a great teacher.
Thank you so much, Miss Iva. It's been really nice working with you, and I really appreciated your help.
Thank you, Miss Iva, for teaching me and helping me improve my maths by a lot.
Yeah, thank you for teaching me math. It helped me a lot.
Hi, Miss Iva. Thank you for your hard work in teaching us in math class. I really understood everything you said. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wall.
We love you.
Thank you for teaching us.
Good luck in
We'll miss you. We love you.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this year's last edition of Lanna News. Don't forget to keep your mask on, stay safe, and do tie safe tie every day. Enjoy your summer, and see you again next year.